I can't, I'm trying to, oh, wow. So, welcome back, everyone. We have some new faces as well. So we'll have apparently our group has grown. So lucky us. There'll be more of us to chat through things. We do have a poll here. If you can fill the poll out as you start trickling in, and we can get started. I hope everyone had a nice break. It's been a minute.
All right. So, since we have a fair amount of students in the class now, Jenny, I'm gonna take over for a moment just to remind everyone to kindly open your cameras at all times and also to display your complete name because that will count in your attendance for today as well. And if you're having any issues with your camera or audio, kindly let Will know as she is handling the attendance for today. And also, if you are an alumni or student leader, please put alumni or SL before your name. Thank you, and please enjoy the class.
Thank you. All right. How are we doing numbers wise? I can't. Oh, okay. 11 of 19. All right. So you is it possible to let me know when we can end the poll? Because I'm not sure exactly what our max number is or how many people we're expecting today.
Will, can you check how many do we have on a roster, please, if that's all right? Thank you.
So we're expecting 32 students for today.
Oh my
Okay,
goodness. Okay.
yeah.
All right. Well,
Great.
let's give it another minute. Till we close the poll and then we can commence. So I'll just do a quick, for anyone that's new to this class, I'll introduce myself really quickly. My name is Jenny Knesia. This is my second semester at Youth Champs, and my first semester was, unexpectedly wonderful. There's a lot that I think that I gained from you guys, and I'm excited to be back for this second semester, and it's going to be a good one. So looking forward to meeting you all and the field trips that come up and being able to finally see everybody in person. But
Hold on there.
yeah, oops. I think we need a repin. All right. Should we go ahead and just close the poll now? And I think if somebody can repin, I think that Rosa is pinned. At least it seems that way on my screen. Are you all experiencing that as well?
At the moment, no.
Oh, okay. All right, just me then. All right, so let's close the poll and let's see. The question was, when you set a new goal, what motivates you the most? The majority says the excitement of starting something new, followed by the vision of the end result, and the challenge itself is third in place. Nobody voted for the accountability from others. So that's interesting. Yeah. No validation needed. Okay. What stops you most from stepping out of your comfort zone? Fear of judgment. Yeah, I think that we all are kind of motivated by that. Um, and then a tie between fear of failure and lack of confidence. And lastly, not knowing where to start. Yeah, I swear it's like that voice, that the naysayer voice that says you can't do something, that is loud sometimes. And lastly, if you could describe your focus for the next 12 weeks in one word, it would be growth, followed by balance and consistency and confidence. All right, wonderful. Well, thank you all for taking the time to complete that. Okay. All right, and if we can pull up our presentation, please. Thank you. All right, this week we're going to be chatting about mindset fundamentals. So this was something we covered in our first semester as well, but I think this one is a little more focused, at least this subject in this week's class, where we'll kind of look at, how we take something like a dream and really put some goals against it to really see that through and make sure that we can, um, see, well, not only see that through, but see how it's possible, like creating some steps to see how, something can turn into a dream and actually um, turn into something that actionable and something that we can actually um, put into practice. So, we'll cover a bunch of different points, different pain points, things that keep us from reaching or interrupting some of those goals. What it means sometimes to, feel the discomfort and how that can really, and living in that discomfort can really like push you out of your comfort zone and how there's real growth in that. So if we can go to the next slide. Of the learning objectives for this week, we'd like to um, get a clear vision, offering direction and purpose, and transforming that into measurable SMART goals for progress. So again, it's, using this acronym SMART goals kind of helps you clearly see, identify those steps, and seeing like how can you possibly accomplish this, whatever it might be. If it's learning how to drive a car or, practice an instrument and really learn how to fulfill the different goals that you have. Growth occurs outside comfort zones. Develop a growth mindset by setting stretch goals and embracing challenges. So, this is living in that uncomfortable discomfort where you think that maybe the first time you try something, you don't, get the result that of success and actually, um, you're able to accomplish whatever it was that you tried. And maybe it was something new, but that's not an indication that there's something bad or you're doing something wrong. It's, quite the opposite. It's really pushing you against your limits. And so with that, you are able to develop some new strengths there. And so practice makes perfect, of course. And to identify the necessary mindset, focus, and habits for success in the next 12 weeks, committed to consistency and viewing discomfort as part of growth. I think we'd really like you to take a look and take a step back and think about what you want to gain from these upcoming weeks in the second semester at Youth Champs. Think about what you want to do, what you want to get out of this. These classes and just take a step back and maybe think about what your personal goals are here. Next slide, please. All right, just quickly touching back on the first semester, we covered a bunch of different topics. Again, this was mindset. That was covered in our first class. This was a little bit of a different turn or twist on things where we thought more like a champion. We could envision kind of our success and in being encouraging instead of listening to that, voice inside of our heads and what we were going to do to create growth. Um, Critical thinking was another topic here. how to ask good questions. I thought that that was like a really interesting point. It's not just about asking questions. Sometimes it's about how you frame those questions, and it really can open up a lot of understanding and opportunity that you didn't really consider. Financial literacy, I remember when we had our last class, this was something that was of interest to this group. A lot was learned here with talking a little bit more about banking and credit and how to budget and some real life skills and, putting it to practice. So I remember that was like one of the things that stood out to this group. Business skills, how to work smarter and not necessarily harder, goal setting and time management. Again, these SMART goals and putting it against how to, properly use your time so, you can think about how, yeah, how you can use your time wisely. And character, of course. I think this was a very interesting one because I think we all think of ourselves, we put ourselves in these two buckets, like either we have leadership traits or we're like the worker bees. And sometimes being a worker bee is kind of taking on that leadership, taking a step back and letting the rest of your team shine. So I think that that was another one that stood out for us in this group. Um, Why don't you guys drop in the chat just so I'm not just talking here? Maybe you can drop in the chat some of the from last year, from last semester's, you know, what kind of stuck with you? Maybe it's something that changed. Maybe in this second semester, you know, over the holidays, you had a change of different thoughts here. But if you can just drop in the chat, maybe we can get things kind of warmed up and you can share which of these different topics stuck with you guys. Anyone? I'm not calling on you. I'm just asking if you can drop it in the chat. Oh, if you weren't here last semester, how about drop in, if you weren't here, drop in something that kind of sounds interesting, if any, if anything speaks to you, any one of these topics speak to you. So let's see. Time management, how to manage money and make a budget, the growth mindset, financial literacy. Financial literacy. Okay, financial literacy. Maybe we have entrepreneurs with us here. No, but it's a very important topic regardless. Thank you for sharing. All right. Next slide, please. All right. So vision and goal setting. We kind of talked about this a little bit at the top of our the presentation here, but having a very clear vision helps you identify the direction and the purpose you're going to head into, right? So if you have a clear vision, like I don't know, I'm going to go back to this, but like wanting to drive a car, wanting how to learn how to drive a car and get your license. I think that um, that's something that's probably top of mind for you all. You have that clear vision as to what you want to do if you want to get your license. So it makes it super easy for you to identify um, the different steps that you need to take in order to get there, right? Like you break it up and you think about how you're going to make an appointment. You're going to, with the DMV, you're going to get your, you know, informational packets so you familiarize yourself with the laws and stuff like that. You make your appointments, you make sure that you're, getting some practice in. So with that, I think that there's an acronym that we typically use. It's the SMART goals acronym. So with that, each one of these, the letters stand for something specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time bound. So again, specific, that's just having a very defined look at what you want what your target, what your goal is going to be, measurable, making sure that you can hold yourself accountable, I guess, for those specific goals. And asking yourself if this is even achievable, like maybe it's within this given period of time, or where your minds, your ability to where you stand, like in this case, driving a car, like is this achievable at this point? Have you had enough practice time? Do you think you're going to be able to pass this test? And of course, relevancy in how if this is something that is still it aligns with your actual goal. And then time bound, setting a time limit that you know so when to complete these, when everything will be completed. So these are all really important steps in being able to define a clear vision and goal. Next slide, please. Okay. All right. So in our online workbook question, we have, oh wait, hold on. Did we skip a slide? Can we go back one? Oh no. Okay. Never mind. Okay. So for our online workbook question, think about a goal you want to set or that you had set in the last year, and just take a moment to think about how it went. Like maybe you can even expand on that a little bit, um, and think about maybe how you could have set yourself up for success a little bit differently. I don't know, just if you want to take I think we're gonna have like 3 minutes basically to have some time to yourselves to think about this a little bit more and take it to the workbook. All right, everyone. Can I have a few, maybe a couple of you, or actually, I'll just ask if somebody can, or you all can just quickly write down like maybe a few words about your goal that you set for last year. So maybe we can discuss in this larger group any goals or what you wrote in your workbook. Oh, awesome. Jewel, oh, this time, let's see. Thank you so much for sharing. All right, I'm going to call. So, Julia, I don't mean to put you on the spot here, but I was wondering how did it go in getting your permit?
Do I speak or do I text
Yeah,
you?
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, please.
Um, my permit it was actually really good. It was kind of a long-term goal because I just turned 16 in December and my brothers got their permit 16 and a half. So I wanted to like I'm the only daughter, so I was like, I want to prove them wrong. So I did it before 15. So I did it November and a lot of studying. I think when people say it's common sense, it is common sense, but it's like I think I wouldn't be able to know if I didn't study some of the questions. But it went really good and I passed. And now I'm taking driving classes. So
That's awesome. That's amazing. Did you have to how long did you have to study for?
um I think I started studying September and then I was like, I need to get on it. And then like September, October, and then because I needed to get my driver's ed on the pink slip before I could start taking my permit. So I had to do
Right.
that. So that was a class that I had to take before my permit. So it took a little longer than I thought, but
Right. Right, yeah. Like you really had to plan for it. And then also the time management was like a big part of that too. Like, but you had an ultimate goal, which was like, I want to get my permit within 6 months. How am I going to get, myself there so that I can set myself up for success? And you're right, like it really is studying. Some of the stuff is not common knowledge, but common sense. But there's also like a lot of very specific rules that, could easily, I don't know, that you could miss. And they don't give a lot of room for error either. So that's awesome. Thank you so much for sharing and congratulations. That's a big one. All right, let's see who else here. Oh my gosh, Mia, I love this about prioritizing self-care. Is this a goal that you set at the beginning of the year or like, with our New Year's resolutions or last
Um,
year?
so for me, it's still a goal I have because no
Mhm.
one's perfect, but I did set it at the beginning of last year because I do have like a perfectionism problem. I take a bunch of AP classes, and so for me, if it wasn't an A plus, I didn't want it, and I was really starting to neglect myself just to get these A's, and I'm like, these classes are hard, like I don't know how I'm gonna do it. And so I just told myself, I need to think about me first, and then the classes can come second. So if I know I'm having a rough day, I'll take it easy on the homework. If, I'm not feeling up to it, I'll stay inside and chill by myself and stuff like that. Maybe I'll have a little cup of tea or something to keep myself like level.
Yeah, and burnout is real. Like you really need to listen to your body and you need to listen to yourself. So I love that. And yeah, it's great to be able to see something. I mean, I think ultimately it's about understanding yourself and seeing that there's a goal in mind and you wanna achieve something and you just need to figure out how to get there. So, but it involves like really taking a step back. So, well, good luck with that, and I love that for you. Let's see, Abigail. I don't remember you from last semester, so I think you might be new to our team. Um, finding more after school activities, how is that going? Abigail Romero.
So I actually started volunteering at the library that's near my school, and I started working on a journalism project with them, and I also have been like doing my volunteer hours there after school, so I go like maybe twice a week or maybe more.
Oh my gosh, that's fantastic. Is this like, trying to think about like college apps and that kind of stuff?
Yeah, well, I'm a junior now, and my freshman and sophomore year, I didn't really do like much of anything,
Yeah.
especially like I had a lot of free time and I just kind of wasted it. So I was like, I need to like start doing more stuff that will help me. So then I found like volunteering at the library.
That's awesome. That's so great. And one of the things that we learned, or at least in our tour from last year at UCLA, actually, the person that was giving us the tour, he kept talking about how his leadership opportunities or leadership activities at the high school level, that really played such a huge part in his application process. Like, it's so competitive, like grades, SAT scores, like already if you're applying at that level, it's so competitive. But like what really stands out are these activities, these like extracurricular activities and moments and opportunities for you to shine and show your leadership skills that speaks volumes. I always tell my son, like, why don't you start a club at your school? Anyway, all right. Well, I think we can move on, but thank you all for sharing. So we can go to the next slide. Okay. Here we're going to chat a little bit about the growth mindset and expanding your comfort zone. So we all know this very well. When we get really good at something, it's easy breezy and it doesn't require, much effort on our parts. We could do it with our eyes closed. But sometimes getting stuck in that is just way too comfortable and you just stop really learning. You don't, it's effortless, right? Um, so really where you see the true amount of growth is when get stuck in a situation that's new to you, and you're not going to be good at it. And you're probably going to see it as a failure, or at least that's the way that we kind of break it down or interpret it in our own brains, that it's a failure because it doesn't achieve the success factor, the success, right? Like the action that we thought it was going to give us. But what actually is happening is that it strengthens these like neural connections in your brain where you're able to learn something faster, and that's really the objective in being able to be kind of like in this uncomfortable space. You're able to see things through in a different way, find a different path, and be a problem solver. So if anything, it kind of rewires your brain to think about things differently, and that's really where you start growing. So don't think of it as a failure or a sign of weakness. It is truly commendable and it's an opportunity to just expand and grow yourself and test your limits more. And eventually you'll see the fruits of your labor. So stretching your goals helps train your mind to embrace challenges and develop resilience. And it also makes you feel like, well, really got through something. I stuck with it. And I'm good for it. I lived through something and I eventually found my success in it. I think at this point I have a video for us to watch. There is somebody that talks a little bit more about this growth mindset, and I think she has something very interesting to share with us. So I just pulled this from YouTube.
The idea that we have a certain
All right, this is for me, this is like, my gosh, my everyday. I know some of you, I've shared with some of you that I work in this like social media space at this ad agency, and it's like, oh my gosh, the people that I work with are incredibly intelligent and just understand so much and know so much. And every day for me is like being in business school. So I have these moments where I'm like, oh my gosh, I can't speak in these meetings. I can't share my thoughts. I can't share my ideas. But that's that fixed mindset that's like holding me back. And I finally found in this last year where instead of like thinking about this as like something bad, I think about it as like an opportunity for growth. And I started watching people differently in my own, my own peers and my own colleagues. And I watched them and thought about like, well, what is it that they understand or they know? And I go to them and I ask them questions, and I'm not being held back as much anymore. And the whole time I'm like thinking the whole thing that was setting me back in the first place was like the fear of not knowing, the thinking that the mindset like, oh my gosh, I don't know this and people think I'm dumb and whatever. And it was keeping me confined in the space where I couldn't grow anymore. So, you know, um, I feel like I've been raked through the coals here a little bit, but I don't know. I have such a different I attitude about all of this. And I don't know, that video really spoke to me. And I'm wondering if you all were able to really connect with what this person was saying in that video. If you wouldn't mind giving a thumbs up or, I don't know, dropping something in the chat. Oh, wow. I love it. Wonderful. All right. Well, I think that we did good there. Thank you. Next slide, please. Okay. So I guess this is a good segue coming off the heels of that video. Why don't you think about a recent moment when you chose comfort over challenge? So the opposite, right? Like it's you decided to maybe be muted and go into your you know, place where that didn't challenge you in any way, that didn't push you in this uncomfortable spot. And if you could rewind that moment, what small risk could you take instead, and how might that help you grow? So if you can go to your workbooks and reflect, jot down some stuff here, and then we'll reconvene in 3 minutes. right. Now I'm gonna ask for a volunteer. If anyone wants to get like just jump in, you can unmute yourself and maybe share one of those moments. Anyone, anyone?
I can share.
Thank you.
Yeah, so for me, I would say since last year I experienced my first quarter here at college, I was very shy to like kind of interact with everybody in my class just because it is an institution that's predominantly white or like Asian. So I don't really see a lot of like Hispanics or Latinos here. So I guess by not like talking to like other people in my class, I kind of like restricted myself from like getting to experience like new cultures or like people from like across the country. So with that, like something that I ended up taking into this quarter was that I want to be able to learn like I want to be able to learn about other people that I don't like usually see day to day. But I'm currently a freshman at Stanford for the person who like DM'd me. Yeah. But yeah,
Oh my gosh, you are, wow, that's amazing. So are you applying something a little bit differently the second semester that you're there? Like, are you, getting out of your comfort zone now? And
yeah, like the classes that I'm taking right now, they're pretty broad. Like they're really big classes. So a lot of the people in there, like they're not people that I see in my dorm because the dorm that I stay in is just predominantly Hispanic people. So with like my CS class that I'm taking, there's like a lot of people that are outside of my culture, and I've been talking to a lot of them. It's
yeah,
been really fun. I really love it, like getting to experience new cultures and new communities. So yeah, I love it.
love
Um,
that.
yeah, I'm planning to major in bioengineering. So if you guys have questions, just let me know. But yeah.
Awesome. And can you just tell me, how do you pronounce your name? Is it
Oh,
Dana?
it's Donna.
Donna. Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
All right, Donna. Well, thanks
Yeah.
for
Mhm.
sharing.
Of course.
All right. Anyone else that just wants to maybe, share what they put in what they wrote down in their workbook of a moment where they may have chosen a different
Yeah,
like
I'll share.
please, thank
So
you.
for me, winter break just ended. I was given winter break homework for two of my AP classes for this junior year, and I told myself I was gonna do it the first week to get it over with, but I didn't. I waited until the last day, and I remember the last week, and I remember that Saturday, Sunday, since it was a lot of work. Oh, it was so stressful. I really wish I did start earlier, but I guess a bit better was.
And so did you have to pick it up in, the second half of your break where it wasn't really a break then?
No, it was actually on the last 2 days. I waited until the last 2 days of the break. And, it
Oh
was-
my gosh. No stress whatsoever though, right?
and for the rest of the whole break, no, until those last 2 days.
Intense. Intense. Thank you for sharing. Can I have one more volunteer? Because we love our volunteers. We're a chatty group here.
I'll share.
Thank you.
So I wasn't here last semester, so hi, my name is
Oh,
Bella. A
welcome,
recent
Bella.
moment where I chose a comfort zone is basically in classes, I was always known for raising my hand and saying like, oh, this is the answer, this is the answer. But I would always get like kind of teased, so I kind of like chose comfort over challenge. I chose to more of like stay withdrawn to myself. And I feel like one way I can improve in this semester is just being myself, just answering more questions, no matter what other people think.
Yeah, just getting out of your own head. Totally. I feel you. That is, a challenge every day. Just listening to that voice and thinking, "Oh my gosh, I sound stupid. I don't know what I'm talking about." Whatever it is, like whatever those the naysayer, that voice. But thank you all for sharing. Can we go to the next slide, please? Ooh, we're running out of time. Okay. So as we march into this second semester, think this is a really great opportunity for us to take a step back and think about, what we want to gain or get out of this semester. What are some goals? What are some things that we want to take away? Do we want to, participate more, thinking about whether it be participating more in class or just attending more of the outside events and just connecting with this on a whole other level. I think when you join these in-person events, it has such a different um, the classes kind of take a different sort of role in your life, and you get a little bit more out of these experiences. So just urging you to think about this second semester and how you want to present yourself and what you want to take away from this as well. So I think that's the key takeaway from this. Can we go to the next slide, please?
Yes. You have a video to play.
Oh, that's right. I do. All right. Can we play that, please? Thank you for the reminder.
There are two types of mindset. There is a fixed mindset and there is a growth mindset. Most people fail in that process because most people live in the fixed mindset. The fixed mindset is, this is who I am, this is what I know, this is what I'm capable of, this is what I'm good at, and this is where I'm going to stay. The growth mindset, it says, this is where I am now. This is what I'm good at now. But I recognize that if I go through a particular process, I can grow myself and become a better person. You need to learn to be uncomfortable. You need to be comfortable being uncomfortable. And you need to be in a space where you allow yourself to be challenged, but more importantly, in a space where you are willing to be uncomfortable and grow. There are two types of mindset. There is a fixed mindset.
All right. So just expanding on the, that growth mindset and sort of like the painful process behind that. Can we go to the next slide? I think it's another workbook question. Um, so yeah, coming off the heels of that video now, and thinking about, this next semester, uh, or this upcoming semester that we're in, and just wanting to get out whatever it is that we want to take or obtain from this semester. What kind of person do you want to be at the end of the 12 weeks? And what kind of mindset will you need to practice each week to get there? So if we can take a moment to reflect on this and jot down some notes here in our workbooks. Um, let's take a let's offline here. Thank you. All right, before we close out for the night, can we get one volunteer maybe to share what they wrote in their workbook?
I can share.
Oh, thank you.
So for me, I said by the end of these 12 weeks, I kind of want to be like a stronger leader. And I feel like practicing like the ideas of having a growth mindset is going to kind of take me to that. And I also said more like recognizing that my failures don't make me like a weak person. They actually give me a strength that others may not have or share with me. And then like allowing myself to kind of focus heavier on my goals and like feed my mind when it becomes curious would definitely help me get there as well.
Oh my gosh, that's so well put. It articulates so many points, and I think thank you for sharing that because I think that speaks to a lot of people here. At least it does to me. This is always an ever, an everlast, and in that growth mindset, you're always, if you're in that growth mindset, you will always be in a mode where you are learning something new and in that space where you're in a space of discomfort, but it stops feeling like it doesn't sting as much and it makes you feel like, all right, I'm going to own this. I don't know anything, and that's okay. And I think just reshaping that word, like if it's a failure or something that you struggle with, I think we need to start like reshaping how we perceive that as well. So thank you for sharing that. That's a really great way, really strong way, I think, to go out here. If we can go to the next slide. All right, so for our next class next week, we'll be talking investments. I love these discussions about money because I think it kind of sets the tone, and especially at your guys' level, even though like let's say you don't have an investment account necessarily, there are other vehicles, a savings account. And just starting that conversation, that process where you start thinking about what your relationship will be to money, I think is so important. And it's a great conversation to have at this age, and even earlier. It really kind of helps shape the kind of adult you're going to be and how you're going to be looking at um, how the money is going to work for you. So, you know. I love this topic. I'm excited to go through it. So hopefully you all will be there next week. So we'll be talking about saving, investing, fun subjects like compounded interest, which, is great for us when your money can work for you a little bit better, exploring risk versus return. And I'm sure you've heard your parents talk about inflation and how your dollar can not stretch as far or stretch more depending on where you are in this world. Yeah, exciting topics for next week. So hopefully you all will be in attendance. And what about our next slide? Oh, another break. We have a lot of workbooks. All right. I guess this is an opportunity to take another 90 seconds and finish up any questions in the workbook you may not have answered. And to complete the survey, please. Be taking another pause. Okay, well, hopefully you're able to complete your workbooks. Just a few announcements and highlights for what is to come. We have some exciting opportunities here. We have a field trip coming up this at the Junior Achievement Finance Park. So there are two opportunities for you all to attend, either February 7th or the 14th. If you can please, we'd like to get your RSVPs by next week on January 30th. There is a link that the team will be sharing, so please remember to take this moment, potentially now, to RSVP for this. And just a little bit about the Junior Achievement Finance Park field trip. This is an opportunity where you'll get like a hands-on simulation to make like real world financial decisions. So you'll be given some iPads where you'll be practicing like budgeting, spending, financial planning. So it's like an in-person simulation where I think you can apply some real life opportunities or situations and see how you fare in your financial choices. So it'll be a fun, like, practice, I suppose. So, um, I know I'm trying to go on the 7th, but we'll see if I can also attend on the 14th as well. So please remember to RSVP for that by next week. If you don't do so now, now like it's always good to take care of stuff now versus later. And just a quick note on that, that will, I guess, yield or earn you 4 points or up to 4 points. Um, Another thing coming up, really, actually sooner than the field trip, is this Ignite Speaker Series with Miller McCoy, and that'll be held virtually on February 2nd. So that feels like, something easy that you can join online. That link is also being shared with you to RSVP by January 30th, and you can earn up to 2 points. Just a little bit about what you will be covering. That Miller McCoy will share how you can turn your interests into real skills and opportunities. So he will also talk about finding your first passion, starting before you feel ready, using limitations as leverage, and why passion only works when paired with discipline. The talk title is From Passion to Paycheck, Turning What You Love into a Real Business. So this is great too. I feel like if you're really business minded, I know that your generation is very entrepreneurial. Um, this could be a very interesting discussion where you could, you know, get some firsthand real advice and questions answered by the speaker. So take advantage of that opportunity as well. And that can earn you up to 2 points. So 4 points for the field trip, 2 points for the speaker series. And in case you all are signed up for this college match program, there will also be a link here to access the form if you are engaged in that college match program. So just a call out there if you can complete that. If that means nothing to you, you have no idea what I'm talking about, never mind. Um, and I think that concludes our session. I just want to thank you all for always participating. I know it's at a later hour, but your thoughts and what you share here is like, really encouraging. And I think that all your peers just think about that, like gain something from, what it is you share here. And, a big shout out to our youth champs as well. They're awesome. So, our, all right. Well, I hope you all have a good evening, have a great weekend, and we'll reconvene next week.
Thank you, Jenny. Thank you, everyone. Please send
Thank
an
you,
emoji before we
everyone.
go. We'd love to see them. Thank you, thank you. Thank you also to our new students who came. Thank you. Bye. See
Bye,
you guys.
everyone. See you.
Bye.
Bye.
Thank you all for the